Changing mag! to the final showdown of Community Gladiators Fortitude Royale. We are your hosts for tonight. I'm Sharlene. And guys, top 24 teams will battle it out for supremacy at isang team lang ang pwedeng manalo. Pero 5 teams ang pwede mag-uwi ng ating prize pool for tonight na $4,000.
Grabe, ang daming pinagdaanan ng mga teams natin, guys. Simula group stage hanggang kahapon na playoffs at hanggang ngayon. Pero ito na yun, guys. Ito na yung best of the best ang magpapakita talaga ng lakas today. Ready na ba kayo, guys? Ready na ba kayo? Let's go!
Oh,
Kung ready na kayo,
ready
guys,
na ako.
Kung ready na kayo, guys, like and share the stream, guys. Please do
Tama.
like and share the stream.
And of course guys, hindi magiging kumpleto ang laban kung wala ang ating shoutcasting duo na magdadala
Yes.
ng intense commentary at high-level analysis.
Kaya, without further ado, let's welcome JD the Casterdad and Gamagori!
Let's go!
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are. And we are your shoutcaster. I am Gamagori.
Hey kids, it's JD, the caster dad.
And together, we will be bringing you the story, the hype, and the ultimate showdown for this Community Gladiators Fortitude Royale. Isn't that right, Dad?
Yes, of course, it all comes down to this. No more trick shots, no more fun moments, no more content. It all comes down to the real deal here. $4,000 on the line for any of these 24 squads. Malaki ang pinaglalabanan, malaki ang nakataya. So for all of these squads, it has to become a very serious matter here tonight at Community Gladiators Fortitude Royale.
And speaking of which, sabi nyo na nga po, yung prize pool natin. Ano nga ba ang magiging hatian ng prize pool natin? Let's check it out.
There you go. Yes, this is, of course, the most awaited moment. Once again, this is the prize pool for this tournament. For our first place, it's going to be a whopping crispy $2,000, followed by the second placer that will get $1,000. Third place, the man with $500. Fourth place with $300. And of course, your fifth place will still go home with $200. And of course, we will di na namin kayo papahirapan for the conversion. Dad, take it away for the peso.
Of course, para po sa ating mga kababayan, ang ating prize pool ngayong gabi, syempre, first place natin is 115,000 pesos. Second place, 57,500 pesos. Third place is 28,750 pesos. Fourth place will go home with 17,500 pesos. And the fifth place will still have 11,250 pesos.
Yes, now,
manalo.
guys.
Kung ako
Guys,
mananalo, Doc Z, pambibili ko ng device yan.
at oo nga, ng PC, ng system unit, no?
Hindi.
diba?
Siyempre.
Diba, syempre, pang
Oo.
COD.
COD.
Tama. Guys, now, bago natin dapat pinag-usapan yung prize pool, dapat malaman muna natin kung sino ba talaga kung sino ang mga players na pwedeng mapanalunan to. Let's talk about the top 24 teams who have proven their skills, strategies, and determination.
Ooh, I love it. Determination it is.
Tama.
So, with that said, these are your 24 teams who managed to push their way up until the grand final. So we have Hashira Humura, Delta Havoc, Team Alpha, Levendis Valor, Pave Invicta, DU Main, Revenant Esports, Team OK Fine, Nevermind, Four Kings Overload, APE Candy, Wolfpack, Vitality, and Dad.
Mystic, Blackfire Esports, Four Kings Main, Potato Aim Esports Conquerors, IE Exodus, APE Zenith, Unbothered Main GTX, Astrom, TMW Assassin Main, LE Rain, 4K Joker, and Leap Unbound. And of course, these are the players that will be battling it out for tonight. But of course, this is not gonna be all about chaos. Syempre, we have our rules for this evening. And of course, as always, for any other battle royale scrimmage and competitions here at Garena Call of Duty Mobile, using of Smurf accounts is strictly prohibited. Trash talk, taunting, spamming of loot box, spamming of execution, of course, are strictly prohibited as well. You cannot use emulators. All classes and all weapons are allowed. However, the use of Jackal is not permissible. Gama?
And definitely, rage quitting is also strictly prohibited. One player can only be registered in one team only, and any fraudulent behavior caught shall be subject to disqualification. Teaming up with other teams is also not allowed. Use of cheats and hacks are, of course, not allowed and strictly prohibited. Also, it is not permitted to humiliate any of the admins and send disrespectful or spam messages to any of the admin. So these are the rules or the in-game rules for tonight's tournament. And now, there you go. Let's talk about a little bit more about the map selection of this night. There you go.
Now,
Yes,
of course,
for
we're gonna...
round
Sige.
1, eto na. For round 1, ang kabisado ng lahat, ang isolated. But for round 2, sobrang excited din ako kung paano magiging dynamics at gameplay ng bawat teams dito sa Blackout. And then, we move on with round 3 sa isolated map. And then, Doc Z?
And then round 4, blackout again. And sa round 5, isolated map. Syempre, of
Yun.
course.
Kumbaga, salit-salitan tayo for tonight,
Mhm.
no?
Oo, tama.
Siyempre, kagaya nga nasabi ni Dad kanina, hindi na papasa yung pang-content lang or parang kailangan mo mag-camp and all kasi meron na tayong pointing system for
Yes.
tonight. Yan, Gamagori, take it away.
Yo, there you have it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, unlike last night, that it's just purely placement, this time, pointing system will take effect. Top 1 will get 10 points. Top 2 will get 9 points. Top 3 will get 8 points. And top 4 naman with 7 points. Top 5 with 6 points. And for the rest, that
Top 6, syempre, 5 points yan. Top 7 will get 4 extra points. Top 8 will receive 3 extra points. Top 9, extra 2 points. And top 10 gets extra point. And of course, all your kills will include 1 point each. So it's definitely very important for any of these squads to really engage with their opponents, get those kill points high, and of course, make sure to get yourselves at least on the top 5 to get those extra 6 points and above for your respective squads. Ayan.
Masasabi ko lang, ito na yung time na magmukbang talaga kayo,
Nako.
guys.
Mhm,
Ito
mhm.
na,
Totoo.
kailangan na talaga ngayon. Kailangan na to ngayon. Sana
And I
ay...
think,
Ano
and I
think
think
mo, Doc
mag-iiba
Z?
na yung dynamics. Kasi pointing system na. So, 1 kill is equivalent to 1 point. And then, so kung marami kang ganun, though hindi ka nag-place sa top 10, meron ka pa ring points. Diba?
Tama.
Mhm,
Pero
mhm.
syempre, sarap pa rin makakuha ng extra points. So, parang sa akin, importante talaga na maka-place ka sa medyo mas mataas
Yes.
na pwesto
tama.
para may extra points ka. But again, magsa-start na in a while ang ating game number 1. So, Gamagori and Dad, take it away.
Take it away.
There you go. Thank you so much, ladies, Sharlene and Doc Z. So now, ladies and gentlemen, me and Dad will bring you the action. And yes, just to piggyback on what they did mention, that the dynamics of the game will be different, right, Dad? Because they need to survive until the bitter end to get that extra points, while also being aggressive on getting those juicy kill points. Because who doesn't want that, right, Dad?
That's correct. And at the same time, unlike yesterday, actually I've noticed it with a lot of the teams in the comments from the community that they were saying they were kind of sad that their teams were left off already immediately because we only had
Mm.
1 round. This time we have 5 rounds for this entire match. So just in case any of these squads unfortunately could not make it to the top 10 or top 5 for the first game, they still have 4 other games where they can catch up. So basically every round counts for these teams. So if just in case you're not really in the proper mindset yet, perhaps a little bit need more warm up for you guys, round 1 was not good for you, you still have round 2 to 5 to make it up for your team. So actually, in my previous experience, when it comes to these battle royales, we have kill points and round systems. It's always going to be a matter of how well you perform from round 1 to round 5. If you're consistent, you get the W, but if not, at least you have 2 or 3 rounds that you can really pop off, and then hopefully that carries you to the top 5 for tonight. And here we go, first round of the matchup. Again, we're going to be starting off at hard point already. We just need to update a bit our graphics on the other side, but nevertheless, 24 squads ready to battle it out for this evening. Good luck to all of these guys, and brother, say the word.
And here we go! This is gonna be the round number 1 of Community Gladiators Fortitude Royale on our isolated map. The most well-known map like the back of their hands, and again, pointing system is in effect. They can survive, they can get a lot of kills, who knows? It's really up to them. And based on their performance last night, let's see if the same names, the same clans, the same teams will rise up to the occasion. And as we can see, look at that. They are well dispersed all around the lands of isolated map, and looks like Block Market will be a go-to area. Oh, Kareem will be able to get that knockdown immediately, getting the first blood against AP Isaiah with that OTS 9. That's gonna be the first kill, first blood, and the first action that we witnessed for this round number 1.
That's definitely gonna put TSVTL in a good situation already. That's first point on their team. AP, of course, still has opportunity to get the rest of the team back. Now, here's what gets this thing challenging na. As we go along, of course, each kill counts. You have to be smarter when it comes to your playstyles. And, of course, make sure that you really engage smartly with your opponents. Hindi pwedeng basta bara-bara lang ng konti. But, of
Yeah.
course, 4K Vanta out of the cam, making their presence felt as well. Even Blackfire also doing their job from the other side. Meanwhile, here, APE and, of course, their respective team, medyo kalma pa ng konti. They're just trying to just measure the situation here. And hopefully, of course, for APE, get the rest of the team back up and running. At least si Seiya pa lang naman down sa kanila. Meanwhile, coming here for 4K, Tokyo coming in hot already. No frags yet so far, but the team already has 1. But of course, medyo, I think this place is also stacked and loaded here as, of course, Nyao trying to shut down 1 and try to go for the finish. Manages to do so with an extra assist right there. But Vanta kind of pays the price right there. Pero for Vanta, no, we've mentioned this, that this kid is very new, very young. However, really doing absolutely well already and proven himself yesterday during the finals. But now, of course, this is where the big kids play. Hopefully, some of these players really pop up and show off what they can for the finals.
Showing off what they can, and we can already see that these teams, these players are showing a different vibe. Look at the kill feed right now. Unlike last night, our kill feed is noisy. Right now, we are seeing a lot of action, back-to-back action, and King from the Yumura able to get that kill against Kim of the Alpha Primary Esports. That's going to be the first kill, and now make that 2 as King will be able to finish off Kim right off the bat. That's going to be 2 kills now for the HRA, and for the team APA, down to their 2 players. They're fighting along inside the tunnels of the farm location, which is very tricky in some matter because there's only a few points of entry, few points of exit that they can take. But looks like the team of Levendis Valor will be joining the party. Your team number 4, and still on a full squad power. They don't have any kills just yet, but they're already traversing the lands here, traversing the high grounds. But going to the side of LE, let's see, it looks like they're having a little bit of commotion. Shots being connected. Pave Naysib will be damaged a little bit, but not enough to take the kill or take the knockdown. While Shang and Mike will be the last 2 players, and going back to the LV side, Sasna will be able to be taken out. Enrico able to get that kill against Zach of the Yumura here. 3 players left for the team LV. Sasna right now is being rescued by the rest of the teammates to get back into the action. 3 kills, 3 points so far for the team number 4, Levendis Valor.
2 squads down already at this point. That's how fast the situation has become. Unlike yesterday, wherein at least during the first 3 moments of the zone, we've only had 1 or 2, 1 squad got wiped out. But this time, 2 already down. So that means 2 less squads for the competition. That means about 8 points already given away for some of these squads already. So that's going to be a big update for most of these guys. Meanwhile here, Leap and another squad dealing with each other. Impson shutting down one with the nade frag right there. Perfectly timed. MJ shutting it down with Mikol for the perfect takedown already. At medyo may hinahabol pa silang iba dito. MJ trying to chase from behind. Far out already into the roads. Pero mukhang iiwan na muna nila ito. Bad burn also. No frags yet so far, but of course, they're all hot with that 2 frags already. Perhaps trying to find another opponent there that they could finish off. They're definitely being a little bit more aggressive here. As you can see, it's almost irrelevant that they're whether inside the zone or outside the zone. They're really finding and trying to find their opponents to get those kill points high up. At least your goal before the last part of the zone is to get at least between 7 to 8 points. That's gonna put you in a good advantage already when we're almost at the end of the game.
End of the game, and we can see a change of tempo, change of rhythm when it comes to our teams and players. All of them are being aggressive. They want to play for picks, they want to play for right outs. And now the team of Lip and Bound is already upgraded and now getting back onto that ORV to probably roam around the map. Going to the side of the team on Butter Esports of fighting against the Team Delta. Anbu do have the high ground advantage while the Team Delta has the opposing high ground advantage as well. But so far, your team Unbothered is now firing some shots. Oh, there you go, Delta fighting back as well. The team Onboy and Team Delta doesn't have any kills or frags just yet. But Louis here feeling confident with that smoke bomber class, closing in the distance, using that blue plate now to recover just like so. And Louis is trying to cut that distance and go in for aggressive play while the team Unbothered is now being pushed back and they are needing to reposition for the meantime. Smokes into the play. The Team Delta being aggressive. Look at that. All of them is pushing forward while the team Unbothered will be forced to reposition and now backing up into their way. Kirin will be taken out by Stash of the Team Delta and still cooking. Psyche will be taken out by Coke. There you go. We are now seeing some retaliation coming from the team of Unbothered. There's going to be traps into the play. A back-to-back action. Stash will be taken out by Kai. 2 players left now for the Team Delta and Louis is on a mission to get those dog tags and have it scanned.
And now a little bit more technical situation at the side of Delta. They definitely need to be smart about this 2v4 situation here. Louis and Teng needs to be smart about this one. They cannot really push back on the side of Unbothered, but they do not need to engage with TMW right now. They just have to focus on Unbothered here. But of course, with the rest of the Unbothered team, they're all good. They're feeling confident. They just need that particular peak for these two. Teng getting it out of the situation, trying to survive Coke, but it is just trying to go for the healing setup there. Louis on the other end, the smoke bullet help. Somehow it's helping, really making that distance, and Coke could not finish the story just yet. They're still trying to survive, manages to do so, but they still have one member there. Teng still out in the open for Unbothered to finish off. This still gonna be a big situation for them. No scan yet for their side, but of course I guess for Delta, they may just let this one go. Hopefully they'll have another chance with Unbothered later on tonight. 21 squads still remain. This is still gonna be a long show here, but of course the zone closing in already, and they now have to focus themselves on pushing themselves inside the zone in just a bit.
And there's another team joining their party. That's going to be TMW on their side joining the action. Now, looking at the side of Team LV, who that grenade will do the job. Rocking up a Riku here, surrounding that armor, and now going in for the cover. For the same time, for the Team Levendis Valor, they have 4 frags already, 4 kills already, and the Team Paes will also be repositioning. I love how this round number 1 is looking out so far. We are seeing a lot of aggressive plays. Our kill feed is not really that silent. It's really noisy, while the Team Paes now taking a little bit of that high ground to get that vantage point against the opposing team. And as we can see on the map, a few of them still outside of the zone. I believe like 2 or 3 squads still outside, but most of the players are already inside, and not to mention they're already around the vicinity of farm and pipeline, even standoff. Those will be the area, those will be the hot zones that we are seeing based on this safe zone. Going back to the side of Paes, just taking that high ground, while the 4 Kings, Leap and Unbothered, are having some engagement on their side of the map. There's going to be some continuous engagement now coming from these teams. They don't want to back down, but for the side of LE, Shang will be the last last player standing. Shang manages to scan a dog tag at makakabalik pa sa susunod na flight. And going to the side of Flip and Bound, they managed to get 6 kills already, 6 frag already as of this moment for this round number 1. MJ has already been scanned and MJ will be back in a few more moments.
Definitely, that's a good setup for Leap and Bound. They definitely still have an opportunity to be complete later on during the match. As you can see, no, unlike yesterday, when it comes to our map setup, most of the squads are now inside the zone, positioning themselves, waiting for their opponents to come into their section and, of course, hit those engagements. Meanwhile, for Hashira Homura, one member down already, so they're going to be a 3-man stack, but they definitely still have an opportunity to win this if they play this one right. DU, still no frags on their end. This is not a good look for them. They definitely need to have some points there on their board to make sure that they don't just rely on the respective placement points if ever they push through. Meanwhile, here is an interesting situation. Paes, Hashira Homura here, and DU kind of having a significant distance here. So I guess for most of these squads, if they're not that confident, this will not be a good time to engage just yet. However, speaking of engagements, okay, fine, versus 4 Kings right now, dealing with each other. Maris just right at the corner, trying to be taken out by Nyao right there. Cherry at the back end is almost a 3v2 situation. The shutdown is good. And the finish, that means it's almost going to be left out to a 1 or 2 players from the side of okay, fine. 4 Kings definitely dominating at the situation. 7 frags to their name. Great situation here. Everyone is almost upgraded except for Tokyo, but nevertheless, that's gonna put them in a better situation. Plus, they're all played it up well already. Meanwhile, LV here on the side. 4-man stack is still good. Dealing with Paes. Shutdown is perfect. And high ground advantage always, of course, helping them out tonight. This time, LV perhaps have eyes set on VT on the other end. One more on down low. They just have pick on who is who. But of course, they still need to deal with Hashira Homura here. Riku trying to just plate it up and survive. Coming out from all cylinders. Unfortunately, it goes down in the hands of Io. And now Paes Light perhaps wants to join into the action from the distance. But of course, it's just gonna be an absolute chaos. Left, right, and center. DU still needs to deal with 2 more. Justice, easy pick. Good, not delivered just yet. Hangin still alive. And then a finish already. Davion is there as well for the takedown. Oh boy, this is just absolute chaos. You don't know who's taking who right now. But of course, they're just coming in for the points. They need all the numbers right now as we close in with 21 squads remaining.
There you go. I agree. This is now a chaotic match. And again, that is the beauty of a battle royale. There's a lot of engagement happening all over the map, all over the lands of Isolated. And Rinka knocking down Vitality Paul out of the equation. Rinka do have that good high ground control. Now, for your team number 17, i.e. Exodus, they have covered 2 kills or 2 frags already. Yet, we still have 62 players alive and 20 teams. There's a lot of opportunity, not just for IE, but for everyone to rack up the points, get more kills, maybe even get aggressive. And Kurima will be paying the price, eliminated by King of the HRA with that SMG of PPHS. King is already pushing forward here. 2 players left for the team HRA. Zach and King needs to be wise on how they want to engage. Going to the side of LE as well. Delta Stash will be taken out. Zach is also on the run from the team HRA, just trying to go a different route, trying to go on a different ground, and getting that vehicle to roam around the map. Going back to the side of IE, 3 kills now for them, and just holding this high ground, just a sweet spot for them, just beside this safe zone, trying to do maybe a little bit of a gatekeeping on their end. But on the side of our team number 6, your DU main with a solid 2 kills now for this round number 1. Again, this is just the round number 1, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing almost a little bit of a warm-up, a little bit of a testing out coming from our teams and players. And there you go, Shang from the team LE managed to knock down Tang of the team Delta. For the team LE, they have managed to get a solid 5 kills so far on this round number 1, and the zone is closing in.
Zone closing in already. Delta not in a good situation right now with Psyche and basically Louis here still alive and even Stash. But hopefully they can survive this initial onslaught from LE. 1 frag to their name just yet. They definitely want to put a little bit more on the board. But Mystic at the corner. This is a very smart squad here. So you could not ignore their presence here tonight. As we check here, Osaka is roaming around the corner. And of course, Saike, the backstab, kicking in, could not finish it just yet, manages to do so. The double, can he do it? Try to go for the triple here and try to finish it up, but unfortunately gets taken out by MYC right there. Could not deliver with the promise, but of course Mystic also joining in the fun right now. One frag to their team just yet. They're just trying, of course, to get themselves into the zone while at least getting a few kills here and there. Mim trying to go for a push right there, and as you can see, 4Kings, VTL, and Mystic dealing with each other right now as we close in. 17 squads remain at this point. Everybody, of course, definitely pushing themselves hard right now, getting those kill points and make sure that they have the advantage at round number 1. Mystic coming up high right now. Duo, who has been hiding earlier, now needs to engage with 4K. Right up top, perhaps somebody else as well on the other side. Akaza is slowly creeping in here. Will not give up the position just yet. Perhaps try to go for the rotate here. Perhaps, but Hashira coming in from up top but could not deliver, unfortunately, with a surprise. And now 17 squads still here. Mystic Diamond now dealing with VTL on the back end. Jeff dealing with Remy. It is just kill points and after kill points for all of these squads. Question is, who will survive round number 1?
Who will survive? Who will rise up to the name? And look at that 4Kings Joker in the middle of the action. APE also pushing forward here. DU is a little bit of a traverse here when it comes to the lands, but the 4Kings keeping it at least a little bit intact on a duo scenario for their squad, making sure that they go on a body-to-body system so that they got one another to back up from one another. Just like what happened earlier, that someone did a little bit of a backstab, but the way that the 4Kings reacted, they did a good job. But Renzo, there you go, won't be able to react on that one. Hangin will take that kill against Renzo, but Negi fighting back. Omega will be taken out with that SMRS and still being pushed, but not able to take down Akaza from the 4Kings in the team. APE now is competing and contesting for this high ground against your 4Kings Joker. 34 players and 15 teams left for this round number 1. Nasa unang round pa lang tayo, and yet we are seeing some juicy, crispy fights coming from our teams and players. Not a little bit of a loot, making sure that he is ready for the next engagement that they might be having. While the side of Alpha against Mystic and 4Kings as well against a different team. There's a lot of action. There's a lot of engagement happening on all the sides of isolated map, but Mystic able to get some kill. Oh, that grenade will do a lot of damage right there, but maybe still alive and standing, recovering now with some black plates right there. Mystic just holding this out, and oh, Negi will be taken out by Mystic Mim from that encounter. Now take note, Mystic Mim will be the last player standing and maybe going now for the rescue to have Daima back on his or her feet to provide backup. 2 players remaining now for the team of Mystic, and yet they're doing a good job surviving the grounds. Onto the side of Leap and Bound, they have a very good high ground here. 10 kills now for their team, and let's see if they will be able to defend and hold their position.
This is gonna be a tight situation for any of these squads. As you can see, 4K Tom on the other end, Nye on the other end. You have 4K team here on the other side as well. Of course, Leap and Bound a little bit of scattered from the entire map, and Bothered on the other side. Blackfire Esports down low. They don't really have the high ground advantage, but of course, Deep Team Zone shutting down with the SMRS. Could not connect just yet. Trying to find another one perhaps in just a bit. Meanwhile, Travis trying to push for number 6 here. Coming up top, trying to push back on the side of Leap and Bound. And just not yet. Travis shut down to Tokyo already. Nash trying to come in on the side of Leap and Bound. It is just chaos after chaos here. They're trying to go in for the push. Nyao and Nye trying to just hold off their position, but of course they're gonna be met by Leap and Bound right on front. Nyao trying to go for the shutdown, manages to do so. There are no teammates here, just all wins for their squads. That's gonna be the big question. 1v4 situation. Top 5 is good. Leap and Bound, still about 4 members. Nyao is solo. Tom is solo as well. And of course, we still have, believe Mystic and Blackfire still complete. It is just chaos all around. Who survives this one? Place your bets. Hope for the best. And here we go. 1 down. 3 more. Final 3. Lip Im Zone. Shutting down Blackfire Esports down low. IE Rinka still trying to survive. High ground advantage to the leap zone. Here we go. Im zone. Not yet. It is just not connecting. But of course, the rest of the crew shutting down Blackfire already. Bad Burn shuts down Rinka. And it's down to 2 them. Blackfire Esports versus Leap Unbound. It is just absolute chaos right now. Leap manages to lose 1. Luki shut down Bad Burn already. Imzone is the hope of it all. And that is round number 1 for you. Leap
Oh my god.
Unbound high ground advantage. Imzone delivering the W for them. Could not be touched from that position. And that's gonna put them in a very good spot already for the finals.
I definitely agree. Imzone on that high ground, dealing a lot of damage when it comes to the SMRS, while the rest of the team members of Leap and Bound already push forward to deliver the final shot, the final kill to get that points for themselves. And again, that's round number 1, and we have a winner. Placing first will be your Leap and Bound. Placing second will be your team of Black Fire Esports, and placing third will be your team, IE or Immortals Esports Exodus. And yes, being shown on your screen right now will be the number of kills and the placement of our teams and players. But later on, we will be showing you guys the updated, let's say, scores for each round. Again, each round and not accumulated. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we will pass it over once again to our lovely Sharlene and Doc Z.
Grabe!
Wala akong sabi, nanonood lang ako, hindi kasi ako naka-live ngayon, guys. Actually, pwede kayo manood sa Facebook page ni Tito COD
Yes.
sa Facebook ni Doc Z, and my Facebook, and also, hello to everyone who's watching on YouTube. Konting breather lang, medyo nabigla ako at napaka-intense agad ng laban for round 1, di ba,
Yes.
Doc Z?
Yes, grabe talaga, no? Iba talaga yung dynamics talaga. Kapag placing lang, and then kung merong pointing system na.
Yes.
Grabe, kasi kahapon nag-play safe ang Leap. Ngayon,
Unbound.
grabe yung pagiging aggressive nila.
At saka,
Right?
ang galing na, syempre number 1 sila, so sila yung i-analyze natin. Ang galing na hindi talaga pinakawalan ni Imzone yung pwesto niya sa taas. So parang sabi ko, talagang pinasugod niya yung mga kakampi niya sa baba. Basta ako, damage lang ako. Kayo bahala na tumapos niyan. Para
Yes.
makuha yung
Talagang-
points at number 1.
Talagang position is the key.
Position
Around the world.
Position
Sabi nga-
is the key to success.
Yes, the key to success. Sabi nga, high ground advantage, you should never give up high ground. Kaya
Yes.
bundok is the key, guys. Bundok is the key.
Yes, kasi pag nasa high grounds ka, kita mo lahat ng kalaban eh. At saka, kumbaga, ipakita na nga natin kung sino yung top 5
Top
natin
five?
para din sa mga nanonood ngayon. Okay, let's check it out. Pero grabe talaga, Doc Z, ano? Ako
Grabe.
hindi ko in-expect na ganun agad ka-intense yung finals, round 1 pa lang. Pero for
Ang
sure,
init.
maiiba
Yes,
yan
sobrang
kasi...
init ng simula, no?
Maiiba yan kasi isolated tayo ngayon. Nakapag-warm up na sila sa ISO, pero blackout yung next round.
Kaya nga ewan ko kung ma-maintain nila yung momentum. Sabi ko nga, sa tingin ko, madi-disrupt talaga yung momentum. Kasi may change of map.
Tama. Pero syempre, it's too early to tell kung sino ba talaga yung magli-lead. But yes, let's check out kung sino yung top 5 natin for this round. Doc Z?
Top 1 is Leap Unbound. Top 2 is Fire. Top 3 is 4K Overload. Top 4 is
APE, Candy, and
Yes.
at number 5 naman, nakasecure ng spot nila ay ang IE Exodus. Yan. Pero yun nga, kagaya nga ng sabi ko, it's too early to tell kung sino ang magli-lead sa mga next rounds kasi we have 4 more rounds to go. So, to those performing well, di ba, continue the momentum lang, guys. Pero dun sa
Maintain.
mga medyo nag-fall off short, marami pang rounds, pwede pang bumawi. Siyempre, tantsahan pa lang yan dahil round 1 pa lang naman talaga ngayon.
Yes. And sa tingin mo ba, Shar, ano yung main weapon na nakita mo this round 1?
This round 1 parang nakita ko mga naka-AK 117 sila and SMRS parang ano nga,
Tama.
parang nag-uunahan sila sa SMRS 'no, napakalaki kasi ng damage and biglaan talaga 'pag na-hit ka, puwedeng down ka rin agad or broke ka na, eh.
Mhm. Lalo na kapag ang ina-SMRS sila, tina-target ng mga naka-SMRS is yung outside the zone. So, mababa na
Yes,
yung health nila, tapos with SMRS pa, edi talagang nada-down sila. And I think nagkakaroon kasi ng lakas, dagdag lakas yung SMRS now because of the wild card, 'di ba?
yes. Actually talagang yung, dynamics ng game mag-iiba talaga dahil yun nga, kaka-update pa lang ni Tito Codem, merong mga wildcards na puwedeng mag-mixed up para lumakas yung class mo or para may extra class ka, 'di ba? Parang may extra, dagdag ka, na pampahirap ng mga kalaban, pampahirap sa mga kalaban. Pero again, parang being in the top 5 right now, parang it's a great start, pero
Mhm.
napakadami pang rounds para bumawi.
Mhm. So, one round down, guys, but it's still anyone's game. So,
Tama.
round 2 is coming up. Ano kaya magiging adjustments ng teams natin lalo na mag-iiba ang map?
Yes, pero ayan, stay focused lang sa mga teams na naglalaro ngayon and keep pushing lang. Manunood lang kami dito at excited kami kung sino kaya ang makakakuha ng top 5
Yes!
spots dito sa blackout sa round 2. Yan, dami nag-cheer
Ang
Nakikita ko
dami
sa
nag-cheer. Hello, guys! Like and share the stream,
Yan.
guys. And also, cheer nyo yung favorite teams nyo. And palakasin nyo pa yung loob nila lalo.
Yan, syempre shoutout to everyone who's watching on Doc Z's TikTok. Merong
Yes.
1.8k viewers pala dyan. Shoutout sa inyo,
Yes!
guys!
Hello,
And
guys!
here on Facebook, 1.6k sila. Talagang parang buhay na buhay ang BR community
Yes.
ngayon. To everyone
go.
who's watching on YouTube as well, hello po, what's up, and good
Hello.
evening. We are just starting. But yes, nandito na ba ang ating mga poging-poging casters? Ayan na. Papasok
Yes.
na sila in a few. And kayo ba, Gamagori and Dad, ano bang masasabi nyo dun sa game kanina?
All right, thank you very much, Sharlene, Doc Z. Well, of course, for game number 1, it's definitely a whole different situation from what we've had during the playoffs. That during the first rounds, you definitely see most of the squads really staying out of the zone, staying out of the
Mhm,
safe zone
mhm.
areas. Most of them definitely coming in hot already. All engagements possible, they're definitely taking it. And at the same time, they're not afraid to engage for sure.
Mhm.
So they're definitely thinking about their specific uh, point systems here tonight. And at the same time, there was a point actually during the map that you could actually see a lot of the dog tags being left out already.
Mhm,
So they're
mhm.
fine to leave out some of their teammates if the situation calls for it already, if they cannot really get them already in time, or perhaps the situation is just too complex for them already, so might as well leave it. Rest of the team will carry it out, and I think that happened to some of the squads, like for IE Exodus
Mhm,
and even
yeah.
APE Candy, so that's fine. So I guess for round number 2, especially here at Blackout, it's gonna be a little bit of a extreme situation. Sabi mo kanina,
Mm.
Shailene, bundok is key. Ngayon, kotse is key. Kasi ang lawak ng ano